The Normans tried to take Wales shortly after they had conquered England during the Norman Conquest by William the Conqueror, but they failed. There was a lot of back and forth between England and Wales up until the 13th century when Henry III died. His son Edward was on a crusade in Acre when he heard the news of the death of his father. Edward returned from his crusade in 1274 as King Edward I of England. Edward was already proven as a firm ruler and capable military leader during his military campaigns on crusade. At this time, Wales was divided into principalities between native Welsh lords and some martial lords appointed by the King of England. Martial lords were lords that were appointed to guard the border of England from Welsh attacks. Based on their history, it was a good idea to control the border of England with troops. The main principality in Wales was Gwynedd, and the other principalities were led by the princes of Gwynedd, making them vassals. The head of Gwynedd was led by a man called Llywelyn ap Gwynedd, also known as Llywelyn the Last. Edward didn't intend on conquering Wales initially, but tension was created between him and Llywelyn when his younger brother Dafydd and Gruffydd of Powys switched allegiance. They sided with the English and asked Edward for protection. The ongoing conflict with the martial lords and a number of defectors from Wales to England meant that Llywelyn refused to go to Chester Castle when ordered by Edward. The Treaty of Montgomery was a treaty created by Henry III, allowing Llywelyn to be recognised as the Prince of Wales. It required Llywelyn to pay homage to the King of England, which he refused. Edward was further provoked by Llywelyn when he planned to marry Eleanor, who was the daughter of a rebel leader who fought against Edward's father. In 1277, Edward put together a mixture of troops and went to the south of Wales and the middle of Wales. Most of the rulers of Wales didn't like Llywelyn, so Edward's army had an easy time with many of them surrendering to him. Edward gathered 15,500 troops, of which 9,000 were Welshmen. They were gathered largely from the traditional feudal summons, which is when all men between 15 and 60 would have to fight for their lord when summoned. The army marched from Chester towards Gwynedd, causing destruction along the way. Llywelyn would have realised very quickly that he was in a losing position and surrendered. Edward negotiated peace with Llywelyn. This could have been due to the lack of men or supplies at the end of the campaign. Llywelyn had to pay a price. The Treaty of Aberconwy left him with only the west of Gwynedd, but he did get to keep his title as the Prince of Wales. The conquered lands of Gwynedd were divided between Edward and Llywelyn's brother Dafydd. The rest of Wales was either controlled by the English crown or were protectorates. Llywelyn's brother Dafydd wasn't happy with the reward from Edward, so in 1282 he started a rebellion with a few protectorates in Wales. The Welsh people were also unhappy with Edward's rule and how he tried to impose English laws upon them. More than squashing a rebellion, it became a conquest of Wales. Edward launched an attack from three directions: Edward's force from the north, Roger Mortimer through the centre, and the Earl of Gloucester in the south. The Earl of Gloucester was defeated and replaced by William de Valence, who raided the south of Wales all the way to the other side, but he didn't meet with a Welsh army. The Welsh were easy to beat in a battle, but not in a war. They would use guerrilla warfare to halt the English and would not follow the English view of the rules of war. Edward had some good fortune when Llywelyn marched his army to the middle of Wales. He was killed at the Battle of Orwyn Bridge when he was lured into a trap. Edward took the opportunity to march to the heart of the resistance and take down Llywelyn Castle. In 1283, Dafydd, Llywelyn's brother, was captured and executed as a traitor. Wales was under the control of the English monarchy. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you to our subscribers for your support.